So in this video, I got 2 new additions. I'm super excited, and you probably know because of, well, the title and thumbnail, and we're gonna get right into setting up the enclosure. All right, so I got these 2 enclosures right here. I'm gonna set up 1 spider in this enclosure and 1 spider in this enclosure. Obviously, because these guys will probably eat each other if you set them up in the same enclosure. I'm gonna provide them with some styrofoam in the background. Obviously, the styrofoam, I'm gonna make like a 3D background in there so they can actually use that to climb if they would want to. I'm gonna cover the sides with black paint, and I think it's just gonna look amazing. So we're just gonna start off taking these 2 styrofoam pieces, cut them out and shape them the way we want, and then we're gonna glue it into the enclosure. So that's what I'm gonna do now in the time lapse, and I will see you guys soon. Alright, so the 2 backgrounds are done. I'm going to put some glue on this side and then put it into the enclosure. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so the 3D backgrounds are glued to the background, and now you should really let it sit and dry out. But I'm going to add some cocoa fiber and sand onto the background, and I'm going to do that when the terrarium is laying down like this. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. I'm going to use a pencil to even it out, and then I'm just going to throw on some cocoa fiber, and then I'm going to let that dry. So I'll see you guys soon. And then you really want to press this down to the background, and then you gotta let it sit and just dry out. Alright, so while the glue dries, I'm gonna start painting the sides. And I have this paint right here that is specifically for glass. So I'm gonna paint the glasses black on both sides, and the background will be eventually the 3D background. So it's gonna look really good. Alright, so I'm gonna have to put another layer of paint on the glasses, but it has to dry out completely before I can put on that last coat, because now I'm basically just scraping it off. So I'm gonna get back to that later in this video, and we're gonna get straight into the next thing, which is the sticks for the enclosure. And since the black widow likes to climb, I'm gonna put a lot of sticks in there, but I don't want to put a lot of substrate in there. So I have a little trick for that I recently just learned. As you can see here, there's a stick glued into a cap from the soda, and there's sand in there, and then I just took hot glue and just glued it in, and you can see it's leaking a bit, but now you can just put this in the enclosure, cover it with the substrate, and it's gonna be perfect for webbing points. And if I would just stick this stick like this into the substrate, it might fall over time, but it's not gonna fall. Well, it might, but it's not gonna be likely to fall since it has this base. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna show you how to do a couple of those, and I'm gonna do time lapse, and then we're gonna get into the next part of the video. So see you guys soon. Alright, so all the sticks are glued onto their base, whatever you call it. I figured the best way was to put hot glue gun in the cap and then stick the stick in there once the hot glue has dried a bit, and then you can stick it in. I don't know if it's a benefit to have the sand in there, or you can just fill it up with hot glue. So if you want to try this by yourself, try it out and see what works best for you. Alright guys, so it's been about 24 hours. It took forever for the glue to dry, much longer than I expected it to, and in hindsight, I might have used a little bit too much glue, just because I didn't need that much and it took forever to dry. And I really wanted to move in the black widows into the enclosure, and I had to wait 24 hours, so it really sucked. But now the 3D background is in its place. I have painted the sides black, and I'm ready to set up the enclosure. So I'm gonna start adding the substrate to the amount that I want, and then I'm just gonna take these and just place into the substrate like this. And I think it's gonna be easier once the substrate is in there. So I'm gonna try that, and if it doesn't work, I might switch it out. So I'm gonna do that in the time lapse, and I'm gonna see you guys soon. Alright, so I'm gonna start off having this amount of substrate in there. I might add a little bit more, but if I throw in the red runner in here, I want the red runner to run in here without being able to climb this glass right here. So hopefully that's gonna work out. So I'm gonna start adding the sticks. Alright guys, so as you can see, the enclosures are done. It doesn't really take that much to set up an enclosure for a black widow. You basically just throw some sticks in there and the black widow is gonna do everything that it needs to do. But other than that, I'm really excited to move in the spiders, so I'm just gonna stop talking and move the spiders. Alright, so this right here is the one black widow. I'm gonna put the name on the screen, but this black widow right here is from Italy. And I'm just gonna place this guy in here. Alright, the lid is off, and I'm just gonna put the spider in like that, and then I can use my snake hook kinda to move it out. She doesn't want to leave her test tube. There we go. And as you can see right there, when she's moving the feet like that, she's actually spinning web. So that is a really good sign. Alright, so we're gonna move on to move the other spider, the one that is from Australia. And the name for that one is also hard to pronounce, at least for me. So I'm gonna put that on the screen as well. And then now we're gonna move it. Alright, so I'm gonna do the same technique here. I'm just gonna remove the lid and place the spider in there. That, and then I'm gonna use my snake hook to just basically take her out. And there we go. Alright, so both the spiders are in their forever home, and I'm super excited to watch these spiders go ahead and just silk up the whole enclosure. They already started, especially the one from Italy, is just going off, and it's so fascinating to watch. I'm just gonna put in like a time lapse to the video so you can watch that. I might throw in some feedings. I'm not sure. If I don't throw in a feeding into this video, there's definitely gonna be feeding of a black widow in my TikTok, or there might be a short on YouTube. There's a link to all my social media in the bio, so go check that out. But yeah, I'm just gonna let this footage roll, and you can enjoy the spiders silk up their enclosures. So I'll see you guys soon. Alright guys, so that's gonna wrap the video. Hopefully this video was helpful for someone out there. If you stayed all the way to the end, consider hitting that like button, because if you like this video, more people is gonna find it, and that's gonna help me, and it's gonna make me happy. So yeah, I'm kidding. Don't like, because yeah. Like it if you liked it. Subscribe if you wanna see more videos like this, and have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.